my first Star Wars Funko Pop, crazy enough, was like 2018, and it was a Boba Fett. Didn't know what Funko Pops were. Had no idea. Took it out of the box, threw the box away, like no idea what they were.
Yeah.
And it just kind of sat around. It got lost in moving when I moved back out here, and then my next one, first up, was another Boba Fett. It was the all red Target Con one,
Yes.
and then it spiraled out of control, as we can tell. So
Yeah, it's that kind of happens. I will say my first Funko Pop um outside of Star Wars was actually this Nikola Jokic.
oh,
And
nice.
as you can tell, I took him out of the box, threw the box away. Kind of
Yeah.
wish I had the box. Little upset about that these days, but that's all right. I got the second version of him in box, but yeah, dude, what was did you have a first Funko outside of Star Wars, or was it that Boba Fett altogether?
No. Well, yes, it was the Boba Fett, and I also had a Deathstroke at the same time I had that Boba Fett back in 2018. But like I said,
Nice.
I had no idea what they were. I just was just like, oh, cool, little figure, whatever.
Right.
Put on the dresser, just sit there. So
Yeah. They're pretty interesting. I remember like my friend's dad had a huge Marvel collection, and had them kind of like sprawled out along like a really long shelf. They looked really cool, I will say. I was just like, man, these are dope. But yeah, obviously Star Wars is a little different. I feel like that's kind of like our group
hmm
with Funko. And I've seen obviously you branched out to like anime, and then you got into the Thrill Joy as well. So it's like a bunch of like the different stuff. So like what's that like?
anime might have been the best and worst decision of my life ever because as I love it, I really do, but it is brutal to my wallet. I'll tell you right
Mm,
now, because I mean, with Star Wars, you have certain drops every so often. When you're watching anime and you're like, 30 shows in and Funko's just rapid fire dropping all these different shows, you're like, oh, I need it, I need it, I need it. And then, you're like, okay, I gotta, hit the brakes a little bit.
yeah.
So anime, it has been fun. With Thrilljoy's been really cool. I'll be out, for SDCC, hanging out with Thrilljoy and, doing all that. It's fun. I enjoy it a lot. I like that everything is limited. Um,
Yes.
you have no commons. Even the common, it's called technically a hero because, everything's limited.
Right.
So, hoping they do Star Wars at some point. It'd be really cool, especially all the different characters they could do with how they do their chases and super chases and everything else. So that would be cool to see
Oh,
if it does happen.
hell yeah. I know, dude. I remember I hit you up because like the Thrill Joy, I was kind of like, oh, this is interesting. And so the first time I had ever seen them was from seeing you on Instagram with them. And I was like,
hmm
oh, interesting. Kind of like a new little collectible scene. Cool. But I will say when I saw the crow, I was like, oh, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
man, I gotta have that one. And I think the one I saw when I was trying to shop for one was like around $50.
hmm
And I mean, it's dope. I mean, you get the whole scene with it. I think there's two variants of him. So I'm gonna have to like look back into those because it seems like right now, especially with like Star Wars Funko, I've picked up a couple new ones, like release wise.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm still picking up some of like the Mando, like the last Mando wave that I still need. And obviously older ones like Walgreens exclusive stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So I'm able to dabble into other fandoms as well. But I mean, my Denver sports scene not looking too great. With Funkos.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, until we get some more love out there with Funko, I'll just stick with Star Wars. Obviously, Stranger Things is another huge thing I'm into. I got a pretty good selection on Stranger Things as well. But yeah, dude, the anime, I've never dabbled into it. I will say my dad got me where is it? Yeah, the Super Saiyan Goku first appearance. That's the
Yep.
only anime one I have, but that one's badass.
Anime is really fun, man. Just because there's always something different. Like if you don't want to watch this style of anime, there's 150 other shows that you might like for this genre or this genre because it's all anime, but you have so many different categories of anime that I mean you could find a category that you're fully into, you know.
Right.
So that's what
Hell
makes it
yeah.
so dangerous.
Yeah, dude, it's dangerous. And plus, like, I don't know if you've been on Whatnot
hmm
too much, but like, dude, like that is very, very bad because like there's Like I'll hop into a stream and I'm like, hey, any Star Wars? Like, what you got? And they're like, what are you looking for? And it's like, really anything, That's like the worst question to ask because it's like, really anything. And then, people, I mean, for instance, like maybe Mando, like holding Grogu's chainmail.
Yep.
Like someone will have that and it's like, all right, yeah, we'll start that at $1. And it's like, I'm the only person bidding on it. So I'm really, the most I'm paying is like the shipping.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, God damn it, So like I'm picking up all these pops and it's just like so dirt cheap, It's just ridiculous.
Well, that and then there was one night. I won't lie. I was drinking a little bit. Yeah, I was having a little bit of fun. Decided to get on Whatnot, and realized in the morning I spent $250 on
Damn.
just Star Wars pops. Like I was in this guy's live. I was like, run it, and I was swiping. But
Wow. What did you get any bangers though?
I got a couple. Like I had the all green box Seattle Con sticker Yoda.
Oh, nice,
That was
nice.
probably the best one I had pulled. A lot of it was like Mando stuff, like just basic Mando stuff. But people were bidding high on certain ones, and just
Mm.
I wasn't letting it go. I think I had got the Con Cad Bane from there too on that same live.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
So yeah,
Yeah. Damn, 250. Damn, bro. Hey, but I mean it happens. I mean, Funko James turned into Turnt James, he had to get
something.
some of the That's crazy.
Mistakes were made, that's for sure.
Yeah, but hey, the collection's looking a little nice though, adding some new features. Shit, what kind of Funkos did you bring to the table today?
So I decided, since we are keeping it kind of Star Wars here today, I grabbed probably my biggest Star Wars grails.
Cool.
Um, we'll start off with this one here. This one's pretty cool. I had a friend send this to me as a present. It's
Chop.
the old Error Chopper.
Love
This
it.
one's really cool. Which it's so crazy that just that little thing right there is gonna make a Funko Pop skyrocket.
Crazy. Just chop.
Um, you want me to show all of them, or you want
Yeah,
to save
shit.
a few?
We'll go pound for pound. So with that chopper, I will say these are some of the recent ones that I picked up. But I mean, Obi-Wan Kenobi, GOAT Jedi, in my opinion. I mean, I
Space
had to pick up the
Jesus,
Space Jesus. So I had to pick up the Hello There,
such a
um,
good one.
Revenge of the Sith. I mean, I'm really looking forward to getting like the Luke and Vader, the little
Yes.
like air or the comment bubbles. Really looking to get those, man. Kind of off there, but yeah, man. I mean, I think this looks really good. I mean, it's it plus like the box art is really good. I really do like that new style to where it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, plain Star Wars, and then I'll hit it with like a two tone colorway. And I mean, obviously, you get that Revenge of the Sith red in there with this one. So I
Oh
love this
yeah.
one, man. This is a really good one.
I wish they would have did Grievous too.
And General Kenobi, bro,
Yeah,
just like slap it on there.
it would have been so good.
Maybe it's not too late for that.
No, not at all.
Maybe they could do it.
Not at all. I'll bring my next one out. This is another pretty cool one. We'll keep it prequel themed.
Ah, dude,
Good old
dude,
Annie.
I love that one so much. And how much did you get that one for?
I think I grabbed this one for 100 at the time.
And because of the sticker, right?
Yes, because of
Yes.
the New York Comic Con sticker, but just the box too. Like the fact they gave it a full custom box for episode 2. It's
Yes.
just so nice.
I know. I've been looking for them to just drop more of that Attack of the Clones because the black and yellow to me is amazing. I love that colorway.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
but I mean, yeah, I love that one. I can't remember what sticker I have on mine. I'm gonna have to look real quick. 2022 Fall Convention. That's what mine says.
Okay, yep. So it's
Ended up,
the shared
and
sticker.
yep.
Yeah.
I ended up getting that for $55 actually because I missed the retail drop, of course, because it sold out. Like I think that was like one of the first ones that was like gone in like literally 60 seconds. Like it was gone
Yeah.
in a minute.
Yep. I remember that date because that was on. I can't remember the name of the website. It began with a B. I can't remember the name of the website they sold it on. But I went on there. It sold out immediately, like within seconds. I didn't think it was going to sell out that fast. And I started hitting people up. I'm like, yo, where can I find it? Where can I find it? Finally, I found somebody um, on, I think, Mercari
Mm.
when I got my shared sticker one, and I paid around the same. It was like $50.
Yeah. Yeah, it's perfect, dude. I love that one. I got mine on eBay. Um, I can't even remember the seller. It was actually like a bigger, like, I think they have like a comic shop or something, but
Oh
they were
yeah.
able. It was 65, and I was able to talk the buy now down to 55. So pretty cool. But yeah, I ended up picking that one up. But I love that one, dude.
Oh,
That
it's
is
such a
so
good one.
so perfect.
Such a good mold too.
Yeah, they need more of those, like 1000%. Also, another recent one that I picked up. Hopefully, it doesn't shine. The light doesn't reflect off it too much. But the new Mace Windu,
That's such a good one.
it's
That's
so
such a
good.
good one. I've been debating picking that one up. I'm running out of room. I gotta start figuring something out.
Oh yeah, I have two different kind of like shelving going. So like I built like a shelf, kind of like more of like a little case, and
Mm-hmm.
those kind of have all the ones that I have in protectors. I mean some of the chases, like exclusive stickers, like I those are in protectors, chilling over there. And then like up behind me is like my common wall. So like I'll have some not in protectors up there, just Mandos, different ones from sequels,
Right.
some of the OT ones, real simple common pops. Like I'll just throw those on the wall.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, that's really that little crack right there is all I have left. So then it's going to be moving to the closet.
It looks super good though, like just floating on the wall like that.
Thanks. Yeah, I got three. I have three floating shelves, and I put them kind of together, and
Mm-hmm.
so they can kind of form up. So, but yeah, man, thanks. I kind of it wasn't like it was hard to get them all into like a specific order, but kind of putting them up on the wall, I was like, is this how high I want to go? Is this how low I want to go?
Yep.
So, but yeah,
I've been
filling up
digging.
those.
I've been digging the little floating shelf thing. I got a few going on right here, but
Yes.
it looks really clean. I'm a big fan of them. So
Yeah. Yeah. Floating shelves, dude. Any collector out there watching, if you've, seen just a little bit of like the pops that we've shown, it's just like, dude, like you got to have a place to put them. It's not like you just like set them like on the desk and like, oh, there it is. You gotta display them.
right.
It hits different. So,
um, let's see. Where do I want to go from here? You know what? We'll keep it episode 2 themed. We got
oh,
good
dude,
old
I knew it. I knew
good
it,
old Padme.
man. You
This is
know,
such a good one.
so it's always like a sketchy question, but like, how much did you get that one for?
I think I paid 180 for this one. I believe. I lose track so bad, honestly.
Oh
The
yeah.
biggest thing with this one is that though, because it's happened to me before with this exact pop. I paid $100 for a fake.
Mm,
Not the pop being fake, just the sticker.
wow.
So it's like down to color and font and everything. Like you have to be on top of it. Just, I mean, really with any sticker, but for some reason this one it's so hard to find real stickers for it.
Damn. Yeah, that's nuts. I knew exactly what if you're talking episode 2, especially with Funko, you almost know the exact route you're going, because
Oh
that
yeah.
Padme is literally one of one. I actually had an opportunity at my local Comic Con years ago. This guy was like selling one for 80, and he's like, "I'll give it to you for 75 right now." And I was just like, "Damn!" And like at that time, I was like really into Breaking Bad, and he had like the
Mm-hmm.
the blown off face Gus Fring, and he was offering
Oh,
50 that for me, and I was like, damn, dude. And at that time, I'm like, I'm not spending more than 20 on a pop. Um, but I mean, the funny joke with that actually is, I didn't want to spend that much, but I actually bought the Ben Solo when he has the blue lightsaber and he has like the hole
mm-hmm.
in his like torso. I
Mm-hmm.
ended up buying that for $20 when I could have found that online for like eight,
Yeah.
10 bucks. But yeah,
I got
won't
that.
buy
I
it.
got that one on Whatnot for like literally $3, I think, because
Yeah,
nobody would bid on it. So I was like, screw it, I'll swipe.
dude, right? I know. I feel kind of mischievous in a way, especially on Whatnot, because I personally like the sequels. Like I mean, it's not better than the prequels to me. That's what I grew up with. They're not better than the original trilogy, because that's another thing I grew up with. But at the same
Right.
time, I really enjoy the sequels for what they are and like the limits they go. But like I'll get on Whatnot, and I'm like, any sequel figs, like Lego Whatnots, any sequel figs. any sequel Funkos, and like people will be like, yeah, and nobody's bidding on it, and it's like, thank God, because now I can like get my
Yeah.
sequel game up a little bit. So, but yeah, it's kind of funny how that is.
I really liked The Force Awakens. I have
Yeah,
zero problem with The Force Awakens. My problem is when we get to Last Jedi, that's when it starts to really go downhill for me. And then Rise of Skywalker, I couldn't. I really try. Like I try and I try not to hate it. I try to appreciate it for what it is. But it feels like the story just started going like this. You know what I mean?
yeah, and
And
that's something I can always buy. I can always buy that.
yeah, and I really liked Finn, and I feel like he, like from the Force Awakens to the Rise of Skywalker, just completely, they just downgraded his character throughout each movie.
Yeah, I kind of look at Finn, and this could be funny, but I tell a lot of people this actually, is I look at Finn kind of as Jar Jar Binks of the sequel trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Because you look at episode one, and Jar Jar is like a bigger character. He's there almost most of the scenes. And then episode two, they got the backlash from one. So they're like, oh, we're going to pull him out just a little bit. And
Right.
as Attack of the Clones comes out, he's in it, but he's not in it as much. And then episode three, I mean, he gives, Chancellor Palpatine, the power to the courts. And that's really all you see of him other than like at Padme's funeral. So that's
Yeah.
kind of how I look at Finn is it's just like, they just kind of, downgraded him just a little bit.
Yeah. And
But
it
there
just
are,
stinks. Like I thought he was
yeah,
going to be
yeah,
a Jedi. By the end of the first
right.
movie, I thought he'd be a Jedi, and I thought it would be cool if he did, and maybe Rey turned to the dark side. That like I would have liked that a lot because I thought her dark side appearance in the little vision was so
Yeah.
sick. Like that would have been so cool to see.
Yeah. Dark Ray is one of those things where it's like you could explore that route and it's going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with her being like a Palpatine and all that.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I mean the way it kind of goes like about within the Rise of Skywalker, especially because like I mean you look at the end of Force Awakens and you're like, okay, maybe Finn is actually going to take on this role of
Mm-hmm.
being the Jedi. But then again, it's just like, God damn, who's going to hate that idea? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, oh, like it's one of the hardest things to kind of like measure. But yeah, by the Last Jedi, I'm like, damn, dude, Finn's going to be probably like the next big thing, and like I always love the rumor, especially like circa 2016 2017 is like, oh dude, this is Mace Windu's son, and it's like, what, like
Yeah. Or
that's
like just
crazy.
Stormtrooper turned Jedi. Like it would have been cool. We've never seen it done before, and it like
Hmm.
it would have been really cool. And I feel like they just tried to not make Rey the popular character, but I feel like they just focused on her character way too much and didn't give any recognition to any of the other characters by the end of it.
Yeah,
That's just how I felt. I could be wrong. I could need to rewatch. But that's just how I feel with it.
yeah, I mean, then that's it's also popular too, is it's like it's one of those things, especially as we're kind of approaching like the 10-year mark of Force Awakens coming out.
Mm-hmm.
um it's actually cool to see like Ryan Johnson, especially like this week, has actually come out and said, he used to be a prequel hater, because he was used to the original trilogy, and especially with him writing and directing the Last Jedi. He's like, look, guys, like I was once that hater as well, and it's just like I get where people can like not like the sequels and especially the ones that he made, but him kind of talking about the different like struggles and like different POVs that you go through, actually like making these movies, he kind of gets it.
Right.
Which I mean, Ryan Johnson will never be like George Lucas, and like even a lot of people forget, like George Lucas even needed help getting his vision out to us, especially with Empire and Return of the Jedi. It's cool to see, it's like, oh, these guys are all human beings at the end of the day, like
Yeah.
that's also a cool thing to see. um but yeah, I mean, it's just one of those interesting things because just like Solo, it was halfway through director switch, so then here comes Ron Howard and he takes on and throws Maul in at the end, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things where you can tell that there's two people working on that, because like right in the middle you're like, okay, this takes a huge switch, especially after like the train scene.
Right.
It's kind of like what you see with sequels. Force Awakens, I would, in my opinion, 8 out of 10 movie.
Yeah.
Amazing, looks good. It's kind of like a revamp of
Hmm.
New Hope, and then you get the Last Jedi, where it's like a completely different switch. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you can take Force Awakens and then Last Jedi, and then you get Rise of Skywalker, and it's like, oh shit, now we're going back to what we were at the beginning. So it's just like one of those things where it's like it's really what you take from it. But I mean, yeah, I mean the consistency, you can definitely tell where it stands. So I mean, I
Right.
always get it. I always love talking about the sequels because I mean it's just like the newest controversy, I would say, like in Star Wars.
Oh yeah, and I never try to tell people like they're wrong if they love the sequels or if they absolutely
Sure.
despise the sequels. I never tell anybody they're wrong. I'm like, hey, you're open to your opinion. That's how it should be. There should be, discourse throughout the community of who likes what and who doesn't like this, and just be able to get along about it.
Yeah.
Um, Unfortunately, being a Star Wars fan, it's kind of hard with our fandom. Um, but like at the end of the day, it's a movie. Whether you
Yeah.
like it or not isn't going to ruin somebody's life. So
Yeah.
just like what you like, and you know, let everybody else like what they like. There's no
Yeah.
issue with that. So
Yeah. That's always the like Twitter is such a dangerous place when it comes to that because it's just like, oh, like we can't sleep at night because
yeah,
of how a movie is.
yeah,
Shit, art. Like I'm actually like in the process of like editing a video. It's kind of talking about like the Ryan Johnson news and stuff, but it's just like I remember being in elementary school and like my friends older like siblings, like particularly one of my friends, like his older brother was just like, bro, you like Revenge of the Sith, like that movie sucked, dude. Like
yeah,
Anakin's just like a little bitch basically, and I'm just like, I mean, bro, what? Like Anakin's like that, like he's my hero, you know what I'm saying, especially at that time. And shit, even meeting Hayden Christensen a couple years ago, I was like, bro, you are like the embodiment of my entire childhood. Like I
right,
just
literally,
like nobody could tell me different. And I mean, even at that time, like when the prequels were getting hate, like I actually like lived through that and like saw that firsthand, even though it was just like one of my childhood friends, like older brother, just, being a dude bro, maybe at the time.
oh yeah.
But I was just like, damn, that's crazy. You hate this? Like people hate this stuff?
I mean, that was like me with Ahsoka. Like when Ahsoka was introduced into Star Wars, people were outraged, which I didn't fully know this at the time because when I was younger when this movie came out, of course. Um, but I always liked Ahsoka. I thought she was so cool, and then watching her grow, especially like to now. I mean, she's my favorite Star Wars character of all time, and I'll
Yeah.
still get really over Anakin. I'm just like, yeah, I have no problem with Anakin. I love Anakin. It's just Ahsoka is
Yeah.
that's where my route went. So
Yeah. She gets the job done for you, and that's cool.
yeah, like I think she's dope. I like the dual lightsabers. I've always thought that was
Yes.
cool. I like that she's literally the light side of the force at this
Yeah.
point. So I mean, she's just a cool character all around.
Yeah. My only like disagreement at first, and like this is just me being dumb at the time and not understanding her character, is like, wait, so if she stayed in the Jedi Order, Anakin would have been promoted to Master, or if Anakin just would have stayed and let Mace Windu handle everything, he would have been a Master. So I'm just
Hmm.
like, this Ahsoka character doesn't make any sense, like where's she at in Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah,
And you get Clone Wars season 7 and you're like, oh,
which
I see
beautiful,
now.
absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful done.
Yeah.
Um,
There's almost nothing, in my opinion, there's nothing in animation that tops that,
yeah,
because season 7 was literally just like, well, the last few episodes, I will say, of season 7 are just impeccable. There's nothing wrong. Like, there's literally nothing
well,
wrong
I
with them, in
mean,
my
and you
opinion.
get Ahsoka versus Maul, which is fully
Hmm.
motion capture, and you brought Ray
Yeah.
Park back. Like, it was so beautifully done. Same thing with like Bad Batch too. Like the way they've upgraded the animation throughout the years from what we got
Yep.
in what was it 2012 when the
Hmm.
movie came out to now. Like it almost could be live action if they just cleaned it up a little bit more. Like
Yep.
it's unreal, the technology switch, and I really hope we continue to get more stuff for it. I've been liking the Tales stuff a lot,
Yes.
um, but I do hope that we could get like another show, like an Omega show, or
Yeah.
something more. Like if they're going to continue doing stuff with the Skywalker saga, I think it should be animated. Um, I don't think we need to do like any more like crazy theatrical movies for the Skywalker
Yeah.
saga. I think it might be time to just go ahead and start telling new stories.
Hmm.
Um, but I would like to see more animated stuff. I'd love that animation so much. So it'd be really
Yeah.
cool.
It looks so good, and it's also like you said, it only keeps getting better, like especially in the Bad Batch, like that, like almost like season 3
Oh my
was more
gosh.
like, oh wow, we're literally just showing off at this point. Like
Yeah,
Mount
literally.
Tantus looked amazing. I
Oh my
mean, even
gosh.
just like the features on, Crosshair, and even Echo, like when Echo kind of had those big drops, when they were with Rampart and they like stole the ship, and
Hmm.
like when they got onto the bottom of the Imperial ship, like dude, like I was just like, wow, this is like 12th episode. No, 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 not 12. It was like 9. Like episode 9, I believe, was like so perfect that it's like, wait, is this different than like week 8?
Yeah.
Like it's so
Yeah.
different. But yeah, dude, and what's crazy, overall, I think it kind of scares me how good Maul Shadow Lord will be, because I
Oh
mean
my
they've had all
gosh.
this time to work on that, and
Hmm.
especially with the digital scale of like the technology that they're using and how great everything looks. Like I'm really nervous to see how this actually looks.
Oh, I'm so excited. And just to have Sam Witwer back as Darth
Yes.
Maul, like, I mean, Ray
Yeah.
Park will always be Darth Maul,
Hmm.
but as far as the animation goes, Sam Witwer's got it.
Yeah.
He's that guy.
Yeah, he is. And there's like almost like no argument, which is like, it's kind of like the Ashley Eckstein and Rosario Dawson
Hmm.
contrast. Like Rosario, in my opinion, looks amazing as live action Ahsoka.
Oh yeah,
Now, if we're looking at animated Ahsoka, it has to be Ashley Eckstein. I can't
has to be.
imagine a world where it's just like, oh, okay, here's animated Ahsoka. We're getting kind of like a Rebels flashback, let's say, in a new animated series. It can't be Rosario Dawson. It has to be Ashley,
Oh yeah,
because that's Ahsoka animated.
and there's just some like characters that will stick with somebody forever. Like to me, Ashley will always be Ahsoka. I think Rosario is playing a great Ahsoka,
Hmm.
but Ashley will always be Ahsoka, if that
Right.
makes sense. And that's
Oh
no,
yeah.
that's no shade to either of them or anything like that. It's just I think sometimes actors do such a good portrayal of a character that they will forever be that character. James Earl Jones is Darth Vader, even though he wasn't in the
Yeah.
suit, he will always forever
Yep.
be Darth Vader. This isn't Star Wars, but Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man,
Mm,
he will forever be Iron Man. You know what I
right.
mean? Um, for years to come. And I think that's cool. And I really hope actors appreciate that. So that's just how I feel on certain things. I think some actors take a character and bring it to life, and that character will be with them forever. So
Right. Yeah, and it's all how you look at it. We all see things differently. I mean, if we like, cause you that's another thing too. Like I tell people is like, could you imagine if we all like same thing? The world would suck.
oh
Like
yeah,
it really just would.
oh yeah,
Um,
it'd be so boring.
yeah, it would. And it's just also like something, especially like within Star Wars, it's like, we're all so passionate about Star Wars, and there's so many different things. There's hundreds and hundreds of different characters. There's hundreds of arcs, that we can
Hmm.
like within Star Wars. I mean, and just for us to kind of like get upset and beat up about, a couple of things, I mean, it's whatever. I mean, we're not going to like it all. But yeah, it's just amazing to see like all of these like actors, Rosario, Sam Witwer, Ray
Hmm.
Park. I mean, all of them coming, and giving their side of a character, which I mean
Exactly.
paints a bigger picture. That's why I love the Kenobi series so much, is because I mean, growing up with the prequels and the original trilogy, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, Hayden is Anakin, and he turns to the dark side and becomes Darth Vader, who's is in the original trilogy. Really cool, but like the Kenobi series made me understand that Anakin Skywalker is Darth Vader. Like
Hmm.
it I mean, not even just the fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin, where he, cracks his helmet, and you go through that dialogue, which is just amazing. Um, it's it's just crazy. Like even like the scene on Mapuzo where they're like hunting down Kenobi when they first get their tracks on him, and it's
Yep.
just like, wow, dude, like that is Anakin trapped inside of that suit, and it's just like, fuck, dude, like this is so heavy, and really great, dude. I love it.
Oh yeah, and you can really see like the petty side of Anakin through that
Yeah.
Darth Vader in that show. Like when he
Yes.
drags Kenobi through the fire, it's kind of like
Hmm.
a you see how it feels.
Yeah.
So
It's like, who's got the high ground now? You know?
it stinks because like I really like a lot of stuff in the Kenobi show. There's some things I'm still weirded out about because I feel like it kind of makes Obi-Wan, at fault for a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
because you had two times to take out Vader and didn't.
Yeah. It's like, well, we'll just let him live a little bit longer. And I
Yeah,
also too, I like that part where he's talking to Qui-Gon, and it's like, or he's trying to talk to Qui-Gon. He's like, one of us has to go, no
yeah,
matter what happens. And it's like, oh, wait, no, this can't happen. And I really remember like that summer, people like on Twitter talking about like, you guys think Darth Vader's gonna die? Like the joke, just because it's like
yeah.
maybe someone dies, and it's like, all right, clearly that's not gonna happen. But that running joke all summer was just like the best thing ever because it was like maybe Darth Vader dies. I don't know,
Oh yeah.
So
And I
yeah.
mean, I guess it's fun to have some silly things throughout these shows, like how Book of Boba Fett you have the motorcycle chase
Oh yeah,
thing, and
that was awesome.
they're moving like 2 miles an hour though. So like when you go back to watch, you're like, they're going kind of slow, aren't they?
Yeah, it's like, and then all of a sudden at the end, once they like get the major domo, like Boba just falls down from his jetpack and is just like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
so what's going on? And it's like, you could have done that like this whole time.
oh yeah. That fight scene though with him and Mando together in the
Oh,
town.
dude,
Oh my
back to back.
gosh, like that, that's what stinks is like people will put a bad name about a show and then people won't watch it, but then you miss out on a lot of the good stuff that's in those shows.
Yeah,
You know?
Boba riding a Rancor, like that's peak.
Yeah, like
Like
who would
that's
have ever
amazing.
thought you could ride a Rancor?
Yeah, and also like, I love too when like he's with the um like even in Mando, like Quill telling Mando that like his ancestors rode mythosaurs like
Yeah,
across the oceans, like, which is really really cool. Like that kind of just stems to like Boba not being a Mandalorian traditionally, but adapting to his father's armor, who was a Mandalorian foundling, and
right.
kind of going into like, well, my people, my dad's people rode the mythosaur, but I'm riding this Rancor. You know what I'm saying? Like I got my own thing, which is awesome. I hope they kind of come back to something with that somewhere in the Mandoverse, like seeing Boba Fett again, maybe seeing him
Hmm.
with the Rancor. Maybe the Rancor is bigger now; it's not like a pup anymore, and just like chilling underneath in Boba's palace. I mean, just like the OG. I mean, you throw it back to the original trilogy, makes
Yeah.
it kind of full circle.
Oh yeah. Taking over Jabba's palace, got the Rancor back down there, but this time he's not, having to
Yeah.
eat anybody or,
Hmm.
sit down there in solitude. But
Yeah, you love to
um
see it.
I wish it's hard to get people into certain things. I know a lot of people don't like animation. Like I try to get my buddy to watch Clone Wars, and he's just like, "I hate animation. I don't like cartoons." And I'm like, "You don't know what you're missing, though. Like,
Hmm.
you would understand so much more stuff throughout the prequels that you have issues with
Yep.
if you watch, the Clone Wars." But some people, like we said, they just don't like certain things, and that's how it is.
Hmm.
So I just gotta
Yeah.
respect his opinion.
Yeah. No facts. I mean, that's kind of like the thing with my wife is I'm like, look, there's so many things in Clone Wars. Like we like let me walk you down this like road,
Right.
because it's kind of a commitment, but it's not like it's super easy. Like you can watch it almost all one time through and get the gist. But like especially like us being the hardcore fans we are, we like to like really capture all those moments again,
Oh
and
yeah.
really go into depth because I mean you get the fives arc, you get the Maul and the Ahsoka arc. You get to see Yoda like temptations with the dark side, and it's all those like crazy things that it's like, oh, this is why Yoda's this way. This is why Maul is this way. This is why Maul is at the end of Solo, even though there's not like a clear painted picture why he's there other than like being a crime lord. So maybe we'll see that in Maul Shadow Lord. But I mean, it's just all those little things where it just kind of like comes into play and that all stems back to the Clone Wars.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Like
which,
the Mortis arc is
oh,
one of my
dude, the Mortis
favorites.
arc.
And now
Yes.
we're going to be getting that in Ahsoka season 2. They're going to be starting to explore that. Like, oh man, like I'm
My
so excited.
yes, the thing I'm so excited for with that is I remember like maybe like at the beginning of the year there's like rumors that you know Natalie Portman, Ewan McGregor are going to be in Ahsoka. Which the
Right.
Natalie Portman thing, cool. If she's in it, that's going to be awesome. That's another childhood character for us. But I will say that only gives me that feeling that those who didn't watch the Clone Wars can really capture the Mortis arc in just like maybe 10 minutes, like of flashbacks.
Yeah.
That's what I love about the Mandoverse is they get those flashbacks. Order 66, we get to see Din Djarin be, taken in by Death Watch when he's a child. Like
Right.
those cool little flashbacks that don't take too long. But seeing Sam Witwer as the son live action will literally like just absolutely distort your brain.
Oh,
Just like
absolutely.
what?
And he's so
Um,
charismatic too. Like
oh,
he
dude.
will knock that role out of the park. I
Oh
guarantee
yeah.
it.
And you already know, and they're probably already filming this, in these scenes already. But could you imagine Sam and Filoni just live action, just bouncing ideas off of each other
Oh
and
my
just like
goodness.
killing the role? Like it's gonna be amazing,
Oh, it's going to be Clone Wars brought to life.
literally.
100%. Um,
Ariana Greenblatt as young Ahsoka, Hayden, Ewan, just and Ewan and Hayden will get de-aged again, and just absolutely like I mean it's going to be crazy to see the daughter, the father, and then obviously like the whole Abeloth thing. Like I am all over the top for that. So like I'm like, is this where this is all gonna like kind of play in?
right.
And plus, like I said, like this is gonna get those people who didn't watch Clone Wars to kind of understand, like, oh, so what is this thing that Balin's standing on at the end of the episode? Like, what is this big statue? You get to see that now as you get that flashback, like, oh, this is what's going on.
Yep.
This is why. So Ahsoka died. You're like, the son killed Ahsoka, and then like now she's back. She's the embodiment of the light side. Like you said at the beginning. So I mean, it's just going to be crazy to see all that for like new fans to see that all live action. Like,
Oh, for sure. Also, back to Funko Pops. That's a pop I'd like to see is Dark Side Ahsoka. That would be so sick.
oh, dude,
Where she's got like all the veins going on her face and stuff. Like,
yes,
oh man, that would be
that would
so
be so
sick to see.
fire, dude. Yeah, there's so much, especially with Ahsoka season 2 and all that, because that a lot of people say it's like Rebel season 5, like Ahsoka,
Yes. Yes.
which I mean, yeah, it's like it carries on. I, I'm a huge fan of Mandalorian, and I absolutely love that series for what it is. But Ahsoka season 1 gets that S tier for me. There's no
Oh,
like, in my opinion,
100%.
there's really nothing wrong with it, especially for me not liking Ahsoka at first. This show really just makes me capture her character and understand, like, wow, like there's so much story here. And like Balin and Shin, that's just like, I feel like Dave just like sprinkled them in and was just like, here, we'll see how they work out. And it's just like, everybody loves them. Like, if, like,
Oh yeah.
honestly, anything on my channel, you can have opinions. That's fine. But if you don't like Balin and Shin, we're gonna have to talk. Because it's like,
Yeah.
what is there to like not like about them? So crazy.
Exactly. And I mean,
And it,
Shin was literally all over my TikTok for like
yeah,
months when
yes,
Ahsoka
like
came out, which I'm not complaining at all.
I know, dude. Like I'm like my wife and I will watch TikToks at night, and it's just Hayden thirst traps. I'm like, you're lucky I like him too, But
Yeah.
watch out,
You're lucky
But
it's
it's just
Anakin
like
Skywalker.
it's like I don't send you Shin edits or didn't when she's all over TikTok. But yeah, like it's just like, dude, she's such like a like Mike from A Guy Who Likes Star Wars and I were talking last week. Like he was just like, she has that freaky look to her. She gets the blonde hair, like she could work like as an Abeloth vessel, like if that was to happen. And it's
It
just
would
like,
be
yeah, dude.
interesting. I saw that video. It would be interesting.
So
Um,
yeah, it's just like, and also she's in Ivana Seiko is in the Megan 2. Like I
yes.
don't know if you saw the first Megan, but like it's very interesting to see her kind of take on that like horror role in this. So, and that's, I mean, the Night Trooper zombies, that's one thing where it's like, oh my god, this is Return of the Living Dead right here, like this is
Yeah.
crazy. And then obviously witches and the magic and the spookiness. Like I really do think that this is really gonna like come to light, that this could be kind of like a little Star Wars horror like little mix in there. So
Oh yeah,
yeah.
which would be really cool. Like to see Abeloth live action. That's gonna be freaky.
Oh yeah. And that's, I mean, everyone wants that rated R Vader movie or that Vader series where it's just like the scary times, and especially that like there's like a Vader novel coming out this year, and it explores all of like the nightmares and like the bad visions that he had and like all of that. And like the cover is pretty freaky. It's kind of like a skull and like a really evil eye like behind it. I'll have to send it to you after this, but
Oh
it's
snap!
it is crazy how they're kind of like inching towards like something spooky, and it's like I think that's about to be in Ahsoka season 2. To be fair,
It would be cool to see some spooky Star Wars. Would be really really cool because I mean I enjoyed the seeing the zombie stormtroopers. I thought it was really cool
mm-hmm.
because it's kind of like a hint to the original zombie stormtroopers, just not
Yeah,
giving us that exact story. But you know they definitely could now that we've seen it and people liked it. You know we could see something like that in the future. So you know my hopes are
yeah,
there.
yeah. It's gonna be pretty freaky because I mean, like Ahsoka season 2, they leave off on Dathomir, so it's like okay, so you're going to like the freakiest planet in the galaxy. So I mean, it's like what more is to come to light here, you know?
Oh yeah, 100%. And one thing with Ahsoka too, that I enjoyed was, which a lot of people complained about it, was Ahsoka being so down and angry throughout the beginning of the series. And you got to understand how much she's going through.
Yeah,
Like she's pretty much lost everything,
yeah,
you know, and um, it's cool to see a character go through turmoil because it makes them very relatable.
mm-hmm.
Um, you know, seeing depression and all that stuff. It's really like it's cool to see a character go through that, and then for something to happen where it brings them back to the light, and then you can see she becomes Ahsoka the White. She's got her white,
Mm-hmm.
cloth on, and she looks so good by the end of the episode. Um, I really enjoyed that. I like when they take human attributes and put them into a character that you really wouldn't, think would have something like that.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
Especially in Star Wars because it's all fantasy. You expect craziness all the time, but it's nice when you can relate to an episode because you're like, hey, I deal with certain things sometimes. It's cool to see
yep.
like your hero go through something as well. So that was really cool to me, and I don't know why people complained about that.
Yeah, and it's always just that cheap oh, is this like Gandalf the White, like Ahsoka, like Lord of the Rings, but it's
Oh
just like,
yeah,
bro. Okay, so if we really want to sit back and just like dissect Star Wars and see how original the idea is, like it's not at the end of the argument, it's not even going to be fun
no,
because like everything stems from something else.
yeah, everything is
So
inspiration.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it's just like you said, it's just kind of like how you see it and like what you go through, and it's like, oh, cool, like maybe like in the Bad Batch, like they deal with Sid, she's a shitty character, and it's just like, yeah, like Omega and like Tech and them, like, yeah, they felt betrayed by her, but some people were just like, well, I don't relate to that, like that's just kind of like, it's just boring, and it's like, okay, you just didn't relate to it,
yeah. You
move
never
on to the
been you
next
never been
thing.
scammed before, like.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, like, come on, like it's yeah, it's just one of those things too where it's like, okay, we're doing too much. It's like you don't have to necessarily like agree with it, but at the same time, just because like you don't relate to it doesn't mean someone else doesn't.
Right.
But yeah, I absolutely love Ahsoka the White. I think she looks amazing, and her like little second fight with Balin is perfect. I
Mm-hmm.
like how she's like, you know what, I'm just gonna get away from you right now, and Balin was definitely kind of like, oh damn, she got away. So
Yeah.
yeah, that.
Which the cool thing with Balin and Shin, like you have Shin who's ready to fight all this stuff. Like I mean, she's all about the smoke. But then you have
Hmm.
Balin who really wasn't a Sith. He was just like a Jedi that once it ended, he was like, well, I don't really care about anything much anymore. I'm just going to do what I got to do.
Hmm.
And he was teaching her like, hey, you don't have to be fighting all the time. Like
Yep.
this isn't you pretty much. But it's cool to see that, instead of him just being another bad guy on the screen, he actually had so much more depth to his character
Yeah.
versus like Thrawn, who's just straight up evil.
Oh yeah, like that's another thing too. Like with Ahsoka, is it's just like I feel like for the Mandalorian and Grogu, we need to see Thrawn in the movie because
Mm-hmm.
this is where it's all leading up. Like, could you imagine like the last 5 minutes it's just fucking Thrawn just like has this whole like army, the catacombs, everything on Dathomir. Maybe we get like the red sky of, you know, Dathomir and like the witches, and they're all united once again. And he's just like, I don't know. Could you imagine like a crazy scene where like all the Night Sisters are just like being brought from the dead? Because you know they get laid to rest there. So like all the Night Brothers
Right.
from Viridia are back in the main galaxy and are just like, come alive, sisters, blah, you know,
Oh
like,
yeah.
and it's just like Thrawn just, you know, with his hands behind his back watching all these like bodies just rise, like, yeah, check me out, dude. I'm done. Like
Oh
this
yeah.
is scary. Like this is Thrawn is definitely going to be like the main attraction going forward. And I mean, technically, heir to the Empire, he looked at Palpatine in a way like, yeah, he ran it and ran with power, and you know, he led with fear, but like, I'm a strategist, I can do it better, you know. So that's what's going to be scary, is he's going to have to really come forward. And that's another thing, is like Thrawn, dude, back in the main galaxy, like what? We haven't seen that since Rebels.
Oh yeah. And like what was so cool too was seeing Thrawn actually have fear. Like when Anakin's name was brought up, when he's like, "Wait, that was General Skywalker's Padawan."
He's
Like,
like, yeah, well, we got to get the fuck out of here.
yeah. Do you realize what's happening?
Oh, dude, that's so great too. And it's kind of like Morgan Elsbeth's like, yeah, that's yeah, I knew that, you know. And it's just like Thrawn's like, okay, well, that's not good.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, even with like Hu Yang talking about Anakin, I God, who was it too? Uh, I don't know if it was to Ahsoka in the T6, but he was just like, yeah, he was very
Hmm.
extreme, and it just kind of like cut into like the credits, and it's like, ah, dude, that's awesome, you know, bringing Anakin back.
Oh yeah. Or Hu Yang talking to Ezra as
About
well
Kanan.
about Kanan. Yeah,
Ah, dude.
with the lightsaber and everything. It's oh man.
I know. I love how they use that like halo emitter on the top of the lightsaber. Like
Hmm.
that's perfect, dude. Just a little callback to his master.
So good.
Man. Well, shit, man. What else? Like what? Just kind of wrap it up. Is there anything like you're expecting from? Kind of stemming back to Funko. Is there anything you're expecting from Funko? Is there any certain pops? Is there any certain you know, extremes that you want from them? I will say on my end, the price increase, it seems like every common Funko is like $14.99 now,
Yeah.
and I'm like, damn, that sucks. But I just want to see what your thoughts are and what you expect from Funko kind of going forward.
The price increase does suck. I can kind of understand, when you put economics into it, I can understand from that point of view. Um, but it does stink, considering at one point these things were $8, you know. So I'd like to see maybe at some point the prices come back down just a little bit. It doesn't have to be crazy, but just at some point when everything's right in the world and we're back to being able to, not have to pay so much money for everything. Um, it'd be nice to see that go back down. And if not, it is what it is. I'll still buy them, I'm sure.
Yeah, if you
Um,
see one you like, you're gonna get it.
yeah. Um, one thing I would like for them to do is more broad Star Wars characters. I'd like to see them branch out from just like the OT characters. Like, I feel like we don't need as many Luke, Chewie, and Han and Leia pops as we get every year. Um, I'm sure that's something to do with licensing, that they have to
Yeah,
have certain characters on the shelves at all times. But like, it'd be cool to see other named clones. Like, it'd be great to see Wolf. It'd be great to see Fox, or just troopers in general, like Coruscant Guard, or um, yeah, like that's one thing I've always wanted, is just more characters from the Clone Wars. But if we don't get them, I'm not going to complain about it. It would just be really cool to see. But that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't have anything that I'm like begging Funko to make besides Wolf. I would like to see Wolf at some point. Um, but yeah, I'll just keep buying anything that's cool that they put out. And it seems like
yeah.
the molds have been really good lately too.
They're
So,
different. They're not like all, because like, you know, like the hero stance, like back in the day, like
mhm,
every character got that, but like different
yeah,
clothing and obviously like different headpiece. So now I'm really excited for like what's like the uniqueness for each Funko. I will say now it's very different. Even I mean, you see it in the sports too. I mean, like MLB pops, you know, they're all swinging the bat, and like the ball is like on the end of the bat, which looks really great. I will say, like, some of it's a lot different too with the jerseys. You know, different jerseys are different. It's not all pinstripe. It's not all buttons. Some of them are like full jerseys and,
Yep.
you know, stuff like that. So they're really getting uniqueness to the pops, which, I mean, the price increase, I mean, I guess you can be like, okay, yeah, that's what I'm paying for. But at the
Yeah.
same time, yeah, it would be great if everything could just be like back to normal.
Right.
As a whole, I mean, not even just Funko Pops, but that's kind of the point of the chat, is just kind of like, you know, like, let's get back to normal, and, like, you know, pops are still going to be good no matter what, and we'll buy them. So yeah.
Oh, for sure. Especially if you keep giving us molds like you said, that new Mace Windu. That thing is
Oh yeah.
pretty much as detailed can go on a Funko Pop, and I just think it was executed good. And if we keep getting stuff like that, I don't mind the $15.
Yep.
Um, but of course, we would all like to pay less money for things. So
Yeah. But yeah, man, Funko James, everyone, if you want to go ahead and tell everyone where they can find you, what your channel's about, all that, floor is yours, man.
absolutely. So everything is TikTok's been popping off. I've been loving it. I've been being very consistent with it lately. Same thing with my YouTube. I've been very consistent on YouTube. Um, a little sneak peek thing. I've been wanting to start a podcast, so I'm looking into doing something like that for YouTube, so we have long term content. And then Instagram, I just kind of post whatever. I'll post pictures, or I'll post reels from TikTok that I want to share with my Instagram followers, and that's about it. Just enjoying life as a collector.
Hell yeah. Yeah, guys, make sure you go follow him. All of his sites will be down in the description below, so make sure you go check those out. And of course, if you're here already and you're new, subscribe. We're really close to 700 subscribers and really close to 1,000 followers on Instagram, so make sure you guys go check all those out.